Hello, and welcome to our presentation. Our group decided to focus on the horror genre and what makes a movie part of it.
To start off, the horror genre consists of speculative fiction, which is intended to frighten, scare, disgust, or startle its readers by including feelings of horror and terror. The purpose of a horror movie is to create fear within the audience, developing an atmosphere of horror.
So what makes a horror movie a horror movie? Some elements that are key to scaring an audience include jump scares, a technique often used in horror films, haunted houses, video games, and internet screamers intended to scare the audience by surprising them with an abrupt change in image or event, usually co-occurring with a frightening sound, mostly loud screaming. Camera angles are used all the time during horror movies, usually the choker shot, which is when the camera shows a tight close-up, usually only showing the subject's face, scaring the viewer.
Dark music. The music used in horror movies can be creepy and can be used to accentuate the action seen on the screen. Music intensifies feelings of suspense. The use of music would be considered a form of non-diegetic sound because it is added in after filming and the characters in the movie are not able to hear it. Setting. The most common used settings in horror movies include cabins, amusement parks, forests, cemeteries, and old abandoned buildings. The setting of the movie would be considered the mise-en-scene because it includes the setting of a movie and the characters' costumes, which give the movie life and meaning.
Plot elements aren't the only thing that make a horror movie. There are certain characteristics that a horror movie should have, such as foreshadowing. Foreshadowing gives the audience a bit of insight into the future, which makes them anticipate the scenes to come. With mystery, the people have a hard time understanding the situation and the facts at hand. Suspense puts the audience in a position to keep their guard up, unsure of what may happen.
Horror films do a great job taking down that guard and scaring the viewers. Fear is the main driving force behind any horror movie. It goes hand in hand with imagination, which creates a vivid picture in the mind of people, making their fears more realistic and down to earth, and making them afraid of something they were never afraid of.
These horror classics are still being watched and talked about to this day. They are still so big that each of these movies, except The Exorcist, have been remade to include more modern and up-to-date graphics and editing. The Shining 1980 has recently become Dr. Sleep 2019. A Nightmare on Elm Street 1984 was remade in 2010. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1974 was remade in 2003 and 2006. Halloween 1978 and 2018 and Poltergeist in 2015. Our personal favorite from the classics would be The Shining. The story from Stephen King is full of suspense and twists and turns. There is no movie comparable to it, story-wise and visually. Everybody knows the iconic scene with the blood pouring out of the elevators into the room, and who doesn't recognize two brown-haired twins in blue dresses standing at the end of a long hallway.
Black Swan has received honors in categories ranging mostly from recognition of the film itself to its cinematography, direction, and editing, to the cast's performance, particularly Natalie Portman's portrayal of the film's protagonist, ballerina Nina Sayers. Jaws won 3 Academy Awards: Best Film Editing, Best Original Dramatic Score, and Best Sound. Get Out, although a horror film, the underlying message being portrayed in the movie is what truly is horrifying. Get Out won a total of 24 awards, including an Oscar. The movie Misery won 3 separate awards, but 2 of them included 2 Best Actress awards.
The movie Ouija Origins of Evil fits into the criteria of being a horror movie because it depicts kids playing a board game that allows them to communicate with the dead. During the movie, there are scenes that show demons and possessions, horrifying the viewers. The movie It, Chapter 2, fits the horror movie genre as it uses the stock character of a clown, otherwise known as Pennywise. It is based off the classic book written by Stephen King. Pennywise, being one of the main characters, makes the movie become horrific for the viewers since the clowns have been stereotyped as being creepy. But now the fear of them is elevated, with Pennywise being a killer clown with demonic powers.
The movie The Nun takes place in an old monastery that is inhabited by a few nuns. The setting itself is run down and dark, with a cemetery surrounding it. The movie also contains demonic possessions, which it fits into the horror movie genre. Eli is about a boy with a rare medical condition who is told that his condition can be cured by Dr. Horn. However, he is staying in an isolated house. She conducts painful treatments, and creepy things happen at night. All these movies share the same characteristics, that all of them fit into the horror movie genre.
The end. Wahahahaha!